Emmerdale star Katie Hill has opened up on the heartbreaking cancer storyline plaguing one of the ITV soap's most beloved characters, Cain Dingle. The Sarah Sugden actress, who plays Cain's granddaughter in Soapland, admitted that viewers are in for a difficult watch as Cain receives his official diagnosis. The Dingle patriarch reacts by lashing out at Sarah and his doctor friend Liam, before stalking off to his late dad Zach's grave. Soap spoilers have confirmed Cain, played by Jeff Hordley, is battling prostate cancer after a mass was found during a scan that took place after he was shot in the special Corriedale episode. Katie told Inside Soap, "It's going to be a heartbreaking and a difficult watch at times, but because cancer is so prevalent in so many people's lives, it's an important story to tell." And as we know, Jeff Hordley, who plays Cain, is such an incredible actor, and getting to see him play out the story, it'll be heartbreaking, but I know that it's going to be an incredible performance. She added, Sarah would be a good person for him to confide in after everything she's been through with cancer herself. She would definitely find it really hard to hear because he's such an important person to her. Cain is set to be the subject of a special episode focusing on Cain's inner thoughts and telling the story from his perspective. Emmerdale is no stranger to emotional storylines, but the ITV soap is preparing viewers for one of its most powerful and heartbreaking arcs yet, as Cain Dingle faces the fight of his life. After years of being the village hard man, feared, respected, and often misunderstood, Cain is about to be stripped back to his most vulnerable self in a storyline that promises raw emotion, difficult conversations, and performances that will linger long after the credits roll. At the center of the plot is Cain's devastating prostate cancer diagnosis, a revelation that has already sent shockwaves through Soapland and sparked concern among fans. Now, Emmerdale star Katie Hill, who plays Sarah Sugden, has opened up on the emotional toll of the storyline, warning viewers that what's to come will be heartbreaking and, at times, a difficult watch. A diagnosis that changes everything. Cain's diagnosis comes in the aftermath of one of Emmerdale's most dramatic episodes in recent memory. Following the explosive Corriedale special, Cain is rushed for medical checks after being shot. Initially, the scan is treated as a precaution, just another hurdle in a life filled with near misses and brushes with death. But this time, the danger isn't something Cain can punch, threaten, or intimidate away. Doctors discover a mass during the scan, and further tests confirm the devastating truth. Cain Dingle has prostate cancer. For a man who prides himself on strength and control, the news is shattering. This isn't an enemy he can see or fight on his own terms. It's silent, internal, and terrifyingly real. Soap spoilers reveal that Cain struggles almost immediately with the weight of the diagnosis. Rather than opening up, his instinct is to lash out at those closest to him and at the world itself. Anger, fear, and falling apart. Cain's reaction is explosive. Viewers will see him snap at his granddaughter Sarah Sugden, pushing her away just when she wants to support him most. He also clashes with his doctor friend Liam Kavanagh, whose calm professionalism only fuels Cain's fury. To Cain, every word of reassurance sounds like pity. Every medical explanation feels like a reminder that he's no longer invincible. Unable to cope, Cain storms off alone, eventually finding himself standing at the grave of his late dad, Zach Dingle, a moment that promises to be one of the most emotional scenes the show has aired in years. At Zach's grave, Cain finally allows the mask to slip. This isn't the village bully or the feared Dingle patriarch. This is a son seeking comfort, a man terrified of what lies ahead, and a father desperate not to let his family see him break. Katie Hill speaks out.
Speaking to Inside Soap, Katie has praised the storyline for its honesty and emotional depth, while acknowledging just how tough it will be for viewers to watch. It's going to be a heartbreaking and a difficult watch at times, but because cancer is so prevalent in so many people's lives, it's an important story to tell. Katie highlighted the real-world impact of cancer, noting that almost every viewer will have been affected in some way, either personally or through a loved one. That reality is what makes the storyline so powerful, but also so painful. She also paid tribute to Jeff Hordley, who has played Kane since 2000 and is widely regarded as one of Emmerdale's strongest performers. As we know, Jeff Hordley, who plays Kane, is such an incredible actor, and getting to see him play out the story, it'll be heartbreaking, but I know that it's going to be an incredible performance. Sarah Sugden, The Quiet Strength. Katie Hill's character, Sarah Sugden, is set to play a key role in Kane's cancer journey. As Kane's granddaughter, Sarah has always shared a complicated but deeply loving bond with Kane. Despite Kane's rough edges, his devotion to Sarah has been unwavering, and that makes her reaction to his diagnosis all the more emotional.
Sarah, of course, has her own history with cancer. Diagnosed with Fanconi anemia as a child, she has already faced mortality in ways most adults never have to. That shared experience makes her uniquely placed to understand Kane's fear, even when he refuses to talk about it. Sarah would be a good person for him to confide in after everything she's been through with cancer herself, Katie explained. She would definitely find it really hard to hear because he's such an important person to her. Yet Kane's instinct is to protect Sarah by shutting her out, a decision that only deepens the emotional strain between them. A special episode from Kane's perspective. In a bold storytelling move, Emmerdale will air a special episode dedicated entirely to Kane's inner world. Told largely from his perspective, the episode will explore his thoughts, fears, memories, and regrets as he comes to terms with his diagnosis. Viewers will be taken inside Kane's mind, witnessing the internal battle that contrasts sharply with his outward aggression. It's a chance to see the man behind the bravado, shaped by trauma, loss, and a lifetime of survival instincts. This episode is expected to delve into Kane's complicated relationships with his children, with Moira, with Sarah, and with the memory of Zach. It will also explore Kane's deep-rooted fear of weakness, a fear instilled from childhood and reinforced by years of hardship. Breaking the Dingle Patriarch. Kane Dingle has survived more than most. He's endured abuse, prison, addiction, betrayal, and countless enemies. But cancer represents a different kind of threat, one that attacks from within and demands vulnerability. For the first time, Kane can't rely on anger as armor. He has to sit with his fear, make difficult choices, and accept help, something he's never been comfortable doing. As treatment options are discussed, Kane struggles with the idea of losing control over his own body. The possibility of side effects, long-term consequences, and an uncertain future weighs heavily on him. And yet, through the darkness, there are moments of unexpected tenderness. Moira's silent strength. Moira Dingle stands by Kane's side, even as he pushes her away. Their relationship has weathered countless storms, and this may be the toughest yet. Moira recognizes Kane's anger for what it is, fear. Rather than confronting him head-on, she offers quiet support, giving him space while making it clear she's not going anywhere. Their scenes together promise to be raw, intimate, and deeply emotional, a reminder of why Kane and Moira remain one of Emmerdale's most compelling couples. Why this story matters. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers affecting men, yet it's often surrounded by silence and stigma.
By placing Kane Dingle at the center of this storyline, Emmerdale is shining a spotlight on an issue that many men struggle to talk about. Kane's reluctance to open up mirrors real-life experiences where fear, pride, and shame can delay diagnosis and treatment. The show's decision to tell this story through such a well-known and traditionally tough character sends a powerful message. Cancer does not discriminate, and vulnerability is not weakness. A difficult watch, but an essential one. Katie Hill's warning that the storyline will be a difficult watch is not an exaggeration. Emmerdale is pulling no punches, choosing honesty over comfort and realism over melodrama. There will be anger, tears, and moments of unbearable tension. But there will also be hope, connection, and resilience, qualities that have always defined Kane Dingle, even when buried deep beneath his rough exterior.